All praise, honor, and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem V'chakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations unto the elect Akim, the 144,000 being of the house of David that are enduring with all long suffering and with sound doctrine. And a hearty shalom unto the women and children that follow. So what I want to get into real quick, this is going to be a fairly short lesson. But it's on my spirit, man. Just whenever you're doing good, whenever you're doing what you're supposed to do towards your help, Ba'ashem Yahushai, just make sure that just make sure that you don't get content, man. The apostle Gabar, he did a lesson, and it was saying there's always room for improvement. There's nothing wrong with doing good, nothing wrong with reading, because that's what the Lord requires of us, is to read, to study, edify, dig, do the works of the evangelist, okay? But within that, when we're doing good, when we're doing what we're supposed to do, when we're staying in the spirit, don't ever think that there's no room for Satan to get in and puff you up with pride and make you go off, man. So that's the reason why I have on the screen here the book of Ecclesiastes, the 43rd chapter and the 30th verse. Okay? Because you can always do better, man. You can always do better, and that's speaking from myself and to the rest of the Akim out there. You can always do better. So without further ado, this is Sirach 43 and verse 30. It says, when you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. So the Lord can put the correct spirit on you you're being righteous with charity. Okay, you're paying your tithes. You're keeping the commandments. You're not eating pork. You're not committing adultery. You're keeping the Shabbat. You're doing all these things accurately. Okay, but it says even will he far exceed, which means the Most High will require more. He will raise the bar on you, which there's nothing wrong with that, man. That makes soldiers. That makes soldiers when you have a general or a king as the Most High Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, that will raise the bar. Okay, it's to try your spirit and to see how much you love them, to see how much you care, to see if you're really sincere. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Okay, so it says even will he far exceed. It says, and when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary. Okay, so just because you're doing good at one point or you're doing good at one thing, you gotta practice to be better at everything else, man. Okay. Now, when I say everything else, I mean like prophesying smoother, which comes with more reading, knowing the scriptures. Okay, it's just all around the board, not being lazy, man. Because it's easy to get content. It's easy to get complacent when you've been in this thing. Because we haven't been in this thing as long as the apostles have been in this thing, man. And you see how the diligence that the apostles show. You see that the lessons they push out. You see the edification that they push out, man. Okay? And that's something that we are to strive for, man. That's something that they're setting the example. As the scriptures say, the scriptures say we are supposed to set the example in communication and charity, and so on and so forth, okay? We are the rulers. We're supposed to be the rulers of this world, man. So as the Most High have ordained us to be the prophets, to be the messengers, we are to carry ourselves a certain way. Our communication has to be righteous. Our works have to be righteous. Our sincerity has to be whole. Okay? And that's once again, like I said, the apostles at GMS, they are setting the tone, man. They have set the tone. So reading on to finish it off, it says, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. Okay? So like I said, when the Most High raised the bar, hey, what does that mean? You give up? I can't reach that Most High. That's a little too high. I can't do that. Nope. The Most High ain't looking for them type of people, man. He looking for them type of people when he raised the bar. They are up for the challenge, man. Not for eye service, but to do it because they love the Most High, man. They truly believe. They have faith that this is it, you know. So I'm not going to make this a long, drawn out rant. But my point is, when you're doing good, man, don't ever forget that Satan can creep up in there and fuck that up. So we got to stay on guard, stay on point, you know. Continue to want to do good. Even when you're doing good, try to do better, you know. And that's, like I said, that's to myself and it's to the rest of the brothers, man. So, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Brakathum, Bahashem Rachar, Wadash to you brothers, man. Lord willing, this was uplifting in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone once again, that rule well, that teach well, and with all diligence. Salutations unto the elect Akim, that sincerely endure in this thing with all long suffering and with sound doctrine. Shalom.